Hello everyone, Science here with a new stream for Honkai Star Rail. I've managed to make some time, free up some time, and I'm trying to catch up with the newest story arc that the game has to show. I'm told it's rather dashing, spectacular, just like some of the previous ones were. I'm also told that the new character seems to be very good. I do have a friend that's also playing the game, and he emphasized that it's a must summon. I suppose this is the new character. Okay. So, whilst casually logging in from one day to another, I did manage to get this character, and she seems pretty good. Not very pleased with her performance, but nor do I have the time to make her give her all the gear she needs. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Let's proceed with the story, right? Well, perhaps I should show what I've got in my characters. So this is my Acheron, not very strong. S5, good night, sleep well. We do have rather high traces, haven't been able to max them out. Couple of decent relics, I would say. All plus 15 if you're wondering. Of course, not the best by far. I just couldn't be bothered to keep farming all of these all day for these relics because I did in the beginning. It just became too much of a hassle, so I just gave up and used whatever I have. With this guy, like double 16% break for the most break he needs. This, which gives me 120 speed higher, so he gets 40% immediately advanced on the first turn, meaning I get to recharge his ult quite fast. I've got Welt, who also has pretty much the same two-piece Volvac with two-piece Pioneer, Diver of Dead Waters for more damage against debuffed enemies, and some break effect. Now, this is not quite what I wanted to run on him, but it does the job, I guess. Now, she is running a two-piece follow-up, two-piece physical, which is mostly what I had. I am aware that there is a different set that people want to put on this character. I just don't really give it. I don't really care. So I'm just gonna go with this. Robin has 4-piece physical damage, champion of streetwise boxing, because it gives her the highest attack percentage. If you do a little bit of math, you have 5% attack, that's times 5, which is 25. 25 attack. Now, if you give her two 12% attack, those are going to give her, what do I have with percent attack? It's her, right? So if these give you 12% attack times 2, that's 24. But if you go uh, with the physical set on Robin, you get the 10% physical and the 25% attack because she does get attack um, or attacks rather often, so she gets the stacks really fast. Again, the Volvac for the first turn boost because her skill is actually really good and I want her to use it as fast as she can. Um, this is basic. I haven't changed her build because this particular character needs to have these items. Like, it's a must, otherwise they don't perform at all. Blade, my blade is pretty mid. I got him real early the first time his banner run, and yeah, I haven't been bothered too much by trying to get him his really good gear. She used to be far better, but I pillaged and stole some of her some of her relics, put them on different characters that I thought are more useful. Basic again. This guy I'm using 2-piece defense and 2-piece follow-up, simply because if I put full defense on him, he's going to shield more, but the follow-up damage does actually help quite a bit when you're trying to clear I don't know, other stages where you might actually want to do some damage with him. March, I haven't finished the previous story, so I can't convert her into Hunt. And this is pretty much the main characters I've used. The others I haven't really used, so they're rather weak. So all things together, let's proceed with the story.
Stream 4. Hey, you guys! Hold on a moment. Did they just call us? Look at their outfits. They're from Penacony, right? Are you familiar with the Cienjo Lafu?
We know a little bit about it. What do you need?
We're from Penacony. Maybe you've heard of it. We came to this ship to gather interesting materials for making dream bubbles.
Oh, we just left there. Oh, talk about coincidence.
That's great. Do you know any must-see attractions on the Lofu?
Why don't you ask the
We did,
locals?
but the locals were all like, come on, there's nothing worth seeing on the Lafu. It's so boring here.
Ha! Can't blame them. If someone asked me what's there to see on Penacony, I'd probably struggle to answer too.
That's why we're asking fellow tourists. Most of the tourists around at the moment are here to attend the war dance. And that's why we're here too. Yeah, we know about that ceremony. But isn't the fighting ring still closed?
I've heard the ring was actually converted from a huge decommissioned Lafu fighter jet.
So it's even bigger than the Radiant Feldspar.
The Radiant Feldspar is bigger, I guess.
But for now, all we can do is wait until the war dance starts in a few weeks before we can board it. We've still got work to do, so we can't just sit around waiting for it to start. That's why we're asking you about some must-see attractions.
We're looking for unique experiences that you won't find on Penacony. Our clients love these kinds of dream bubbles the most.
You're the expert here. Give them some suggestions.
Well, Scale Gorge
That's
Waterscape.
indeed a good idea. While the dreamscape on Penacony is all artificial, Scale Gorge Waterscape is a celebration of nature's resurgence. It has some remarkable scenery.
Awesome! I love being out there in nature. Let's go to Scale Gorge Waterscape first.
I'm a bit worried that nature-themed dream bubbles might be outdated. But hey, let's go check it out anyway.
See you later. Maybe we'll run into each other there in a few days.
I hope
Look,
not.
Yanqing's here.
Really? Let's go catch up with him. There you are. Everyone, this way.
Oh, it's this guy.
Hey, everyone. It's been a while. It doesn't feel like it's been that long since we last saw you. But, Yanqing, are you?
So that's your name, Yanqing. Yeah, that's such an interesting character. I have actually forgot his name. Oh, here's Kafka too. Probably a wanted poster.
What's up, Miss March?
They say kids grow up really fast. Yenching, are you a little bit taller than before?
We've only been away for a few months.
Cautiously pinch his cheek. Sure, why not?
Huh? What are you doing?
Sorry, but after our previous adventures, I've become suspicious of whoever greets us first.
Do you have to be suspicious around me too?
You know, the last time we came to the Xianzhou, the first person who greeted us was...
I get it. Better safe than sorry.
Seriously, I've never seen the Luofu so lively before.
I was a bit worried that holding the war dance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis might be too soon. But seeing the bustling Starskiff Haven, I understand why General Jingyuan chose this timing.
Yep. There's people from other delves and travelers like you three who've come from afar. With the war dance coming up, there's a huge number of visitors pouring into the Starskiff Haven. The Cloud Knights are working hard to keep the security tight. The General said this ceremony would help the Xianzhou Luofu recover from the crisis. It's a way to showcase our martial spirit, reassure people, boost morale, and attract visitors from other planets to promote trade and peace. By the way, the Xianzhou Alliance places great importance on this ceremony too. The Xianzhou ships, the Zhuming and the Yaoqing, have both sent messengers to offer their blessings. Yeah, the Xianzhou Yaoqing is a major force in hunting down abominations, and is always engaged in conflicts across the cosmos. Although it's a member of the Xianzhou Alliance, I don't know much about it. But Madame Yukong from the Skyfaring Commission mentioned that the Yaoqing always sends back reports of great victories, which is quite impressive. I heard General Fei Xiao of the Yaoqing is a young and dauntless lady. My peers say that she's like a goddess of war, capable of crushing dozens of abominations with a single punch. I wonder if it's true.
I suppose it might be.
If only I could witness her prowess with my own eyes.
By the way, Yenching, where are we headed next?
I'm sorry for talking your ear off. The General wants to catch up with you at the Palace of Astrum. He's been eager to hear about how the Express has been doing.
Okay.
It's funny how he tries to act all mature, but whenever it comes to something he's interested in, you can really see his childish side.
Yep. He's
I
adorable.
agree.
All units, assemble quickly! Get ready to protect the crowd!
Just mentioned security, and now all of a sudden something's gone wrong. Excuse me, I need to go check out the situation.
Do you know? Okay, let's see what you've got here. It just has been unmatched. Doesn't really matter what we select anyway.
What's that supposed to mean?
We'll go with you.
Of course you will, Dan Hang.
Watch out there!
Protect the civilians. I'll deal with him.
So they're trying to make this character look fun. Okay, enemies with this mark can enter Moon Rage. After enemies use attacks, apply 1 stack of Bloodlust to enemy units that can trigger Moon Rage. Wait, so after enemies use attacks, apply 1 stack. Who the hell applies the stack, me or them? I guess we'll see in the fight. When Bloodlust reaches a certain number of stacks, the unit enters a Moon Rage state. At the same time, a Moon Rage countdown appears on the action order. When the countdown's turn begins, Moon Rage is dispelled across all enemy units. Okay.
Borison? Why are there Borison here? This ends now.
Step up, let's see ya. Nice like a good, my friend. Indulge yourself!
Okay.
What are you made of?
Strike!
Let's begin.
I weep for the departed. It is my fault.
Okay, that wasn't so hard.
Not good! Thanks for the help?
Sorry, no time to chat. Could you give me back my...
Bro couldn't fight one wolf and he lost his sword. That's so
Wait,
not
my
cool.
sword! I'm sorry, but I'm
Poor
afraid we'll
guy.
have to put our plans on hold for now. I need to find out what's going on.
While we appreciate your rescue, my Cianjo friends, don't you think it's a bit too much to detain us and our cargo?
Sorry, but we've been ordered to detain you and your cargo for inspection until we figure out the source of the attack. Once we're done with the formalities, we'll let you and your cargo go.
Oh, but this shipment isn't even meant for the Lafu. And it's IPC's patented technology. Who do you think you are to conduct an inspection?
According to the protocol, all cargo arriving on the Lafu must go through inspection.
But we didn't officially enter your dock at all. We just sought refuge in your dock because we were attacked by the Borison.
Looks like this argument could go on forever. Let's not get involved in a heated dispute that won't lead to a resolution.
So they're on the dock, but they haven't actually landed on the dock, so they're not on the dock? That's the dumbest thing I've heard.
Who's in charge here? I need some answers.
It's my fault. We let our guard down for a moment. I take full responsibility.
With the war dance approaching, safety should be a top priority. Now, tell me, how did Borison prisoners end up in Starskiff Haven? According to the protocol, Borison prisoners should be held on a Starskiff and taken directly to the shackling prison under strict supervision without ever touching the ground. Who allowed a prisoner transport ship to dock at the passenger terminal?
Please don't blame this, Captain. This incident involves the Ju Ming's diplomatic vessel.
Who are you?
I'm Lu Jun, an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad. Thank you for your help, Lieutenant Yenqing. The situation unfolded rapidly, and it shouldn't be held against the captain. Here's what happened. An IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin just before arriving, and the Ju Ming's diplomatic vessel came to the rescue. They fought off the Borisin pirates and imprisoned them on their ship.
So, an IPC ship was attacked by the Borisin near the Luofu, and the Juming envoys saved them? Sounds complicated.
Honestly, it gives me a headache too. Ju Ming diplomatic ship, adhering to standard procedure, docked at the passenger terminal to hand these criminals over to the Luofu. You know, with all the outsiders flooding onto the Luofu, the Star Skiff lanes are under immense pressure. The Borisin desperados decided to put up a fight before the prisoner transport Star Skiff could get there. And that's what you just witnessed.
We'll make sure these prisoners are sent to the shackling prison as soon as possible.
I see. It's an unusual situation indeed. I'll report it to the security department of the Realm Keeping Commission and ask for their cooperation in handling the aftermath. Maybe I should gather more details from others so that the Seat of Divine Foresight can have a better understanding of the situation.
Oh, you look much maturer now, Yenqing.
Please don't tease me, Miss March. The situation on the Xianzhou before the war dance is like a calm lake that can be disturbed by even the smallest pebble, capable of generating far-reaching ripples with even the slightest disturbance.
What are those people? I mean, those monsters we just dealt with?
Borisin. That's a weird name.
Yeah, those werewolf monsters are known as Borisin. They are abominations of abundance, and we've been fighting them for a very long time. The Borisin have been a powerful force for a long time, plundering and enslaving many worlds. The threat they pose is just as terrible as the Swarm disaster, and the Alliance even had a fierce war with them 3 decades ago. Their presence has faded over the years, but who would have thought?
According to that officer, they attacked an IPC ship near the Shenzhou Luofu. Such a brazen attack seems quite unusual to me.
Yeah, that's what I find strange too. It seems like the IPC and the Borisin have some serious grudges. Well, enough with the chit-chat. The General wants me to take you to the Palace of Astrum. I'd love to chit-chat a little longer, but there are some things that can't be left unchecked.
Is it a serious matter? Maybe you'll need our help in hunting down the Borisin?
Thank you, but it's no big deal. By the way, that young lady who just appeared, she took my sword. I'm thinking of filing a lost property report at the Realm Keeping Commission to see if I can get it back.
I doubt she did it on purpose.
Don't remind me. I just zoned out for a moment, that's all. Alright, let's not keep the General waiting.
Don't worry. There aren't many people out there with that kind of talent. It shouldn't be too hard to find her.
There sure are a lot of troublemakers around.
Well, what do you know? That guy doesn't seem to be quite happy with our intervention, does he?
Stream forward.
Been a long journey, Elder Wyatt. Thank you for your presence.
Don't mention it. Thank you for taking the time to welcome me.
General, I brought our guests from the Express. Oh, I'm sorry for my bad timing. I didn't know you were meeting a guest, General.
Don't worry, you're just in time. It's been a while, my friends from the Astral Express. Sure, how couldn't I have? It's not often we find such moments to reunite and enjoy one another's presence.
Since when did he and General Jing Yuan become such good buddies, Dan Heng? They seem to be having a great time.
A lot must have happened without our knowledge. At least, I hope that's the case.
Allow me to introduce you to General Hua Yin. He's the Arbiter General of the Xianzhou Zhuming, known as the Flaming Heart.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a tourist here, no different from other tourists who've come to attend the ceremony.
Elder Hua Yin is not only one of the Arbiter Generals, but also the Furnace Master of the Artisanship Commission. Besides his martial skills, he excels in forging various weapons. Such talents are unique, even among the Arbiter Generals.
Be it Arbiter General or Furnace Master, these are merely titles given to me long ago. I've retired several times already, but with the current change in circumstances, the Marshal has called me back to duty, and I had no choice but to answer the call. Well, in the end, I'm to blame. Living such a long life naturally brings its share of disapproval.
It's an honor to meet you, General Hua Yin.
It's my honor to meet you, General Hua Yin.
Glad to meet you too, General.
No need to be all formal. Today I'm just a guest on the Lawfu, same as all of you. So, these three are the ones you mentioned, Jing Yuan? The heroes who helped you with the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Indeed. There's Dan Heng, March 7th, and him. Without their help, I'm afraid the Lawfu might not have easily overcome this crisis.
So, the Imbibiter Lune's reincarnation has returned to the Lawfu and will attend the war dance. I'd love to have a drink with you should the chance present itself.
You're more than welcome, General Hua Yin.
And this young friend is?
Yanqing, my apprentice. He remains by my side as my retainer due to his youth, which I hope will season him with experience. He will stand for the Lawfu's Cloud Knights in the upcoming war dance, ready to take on all kinds of challenges.
Great, great! It's a real treat to see so many talented young people around here today. Oh, I almost forgot. This is my apprentice, Yoon Lee.
It's you!
Oh, it's you. Hello.
Oh, two already know each other? Guess we don't need any introductions then.
What a coincidence! I was afraid I'd have trouble finding this girl.
Now you've piqued my curiosity. Tell me, how did you two become acquainted?
She
How
helped me capture
indeed.
the escaped Borisin prisoners at the Starskiff Haven. Allow me to express my gratitude for you. But when you left, you took my flying sword with you.
Your flying sword? Oh, so that's why I found a dagger in my bag. Turns out it's yours.
Yes, it is. Now that we've met again, I hope...
Nope, that won't do.
Won't do?
You want your sword back, right? Well, you can't just take it back. On the Juming, when you lose your sword on the battlefield, you have to reclaim it on the battlefield. As for this little sword, it was supposed to strike that escaped Borisin prisoner. But unfortunately, its owner's agitated state caused it to fly off like a kite with a broken string, and it missed its target. By the way, if I hadn't caught it and helped it hit its mark, that Borisin prisoner would have gotten away.
Hold on a sec, Yunli. You took my sword without even asking, and now you're refusing to give it back?
Find the escapers.
So much for Lafu's swordmasters.
What did you just say?
If you just stepped up and took your sword back from me fair and square, I would have totally respected you. But nope, you tried to play it down, expecting me to just hand it back to you like it's nothing. In front of everyone. With all due respect, you don't honor your sword. So you don't deserve it.
Well said,
Hasn't
Yunli.
anyone told you that taking without asking is stealing? If you want to settle this with swords, fine. Let's have a one-on-one duel right now.
Yang Qing.
Well, that's more like it. Just be careful. Because I'm not as easy to handle as the Borisin.
You two, be quiet and apologize to Yanqing.
Hey! Whose side are you on, Grandpa?
I don't take sides.
It's a small misunderstanding, and an apology would be too much. I've heard about the Zhu Ming's incredible swordplay and craftsmanship, most notably the legendary Flame Wheel Octet. Seeing Miss Yunli, who is among those ranks today, well, I must say she definitely has that fiery edge.
Such grandiose names. Some folks love to spin these fancy titles, trying to set the Cloud Knights apart. Yunli is still just a young girl, a bit awkward and hot-tempered. So please forgive her if she's being rude.
Well, everyone, Elder Huayan and I have some business to discuss. For now, Yang Qing, why don't you entertain our guests and take Miss Yunli to the inn? I'll find another chance to talk with you all. I'd like to express my gratitude to the Astral Express for helping the Law Fu during the crisis.
That's so kind of you. I mean, you've already thanked us so many times.
Please forgive me for coming at an inconvenient time.
You needn't apologize, General Huayan.
All right, Yunli. Take this opportunity to clear things up with Yanqing.
Yeah. It's better to make friends than enemies. But I won't be heading to the inn just yet. I want to visit Lingsha. She just arrived in the Lafu and could use some help settling in.
Yang Qing, once you've helped our guests get settled, go to the Artisanship Commission for me. I've heard about the attack and the detainment of the IPC ship. Qingzu sent word that the IPC members are protesting and wish to have their cargo back. See if you can calm them down. Don't get aggressive. Just make it clear that the Xianzhou Luofu has no intention of violating their rights.
I'm on it.
Please don't make me play with the little boy. Whatever his name might be.
This is the report Qingzu just sent me. Let me take a look. Looks like the general has given me a tough challenge. He wants me to try and help put the IPC's mind at ease.
Okay.
Well, it's not exactly a test. As Cloud Knight officers, we not only learn the art of war and martial arts, but also occasionally have to handle diplomatic disputes. It's just, talking things out isn't as straightforward as duking it out with weapons on the battlefield. This is especially true when you're up against the IPC, with their non-stop corporate babble. Well, let's not worry about that for now. Shall I take you to the inn?
Let's go.
It is the Luofu's honor to have you in attendance at the war dance. Yet, the fact that a simple martial arts ceremony has attracted esteemed generals from the Zhu Ming and the Yao Qing implies intentions beyond mere spectating. Might there be any specific instructions from the marshal?
You're overthinking it, Jingyuan. As I said, I'm here to broaden my granddaughter's horizons. I have no ulterior motives. However, I have no clue what the Yaoqing Arbiter General has in mind. Do you remember when you accepted this position? I told you that an Arbiter General's battlefield goes beyond the physical one. You'll need to lead and manage everything on the Xianzhou. The title of Arbiter General holds a weight far greater than its literal meaning. So many years have passed, and you've done well. However, longevity for the Xianzhou people can be a curse. Living too long means that every mistake you made will lurk in the shadows. And one day, they'll eventually catch up to you. The Marshal knows everything that has happened on the Luofu. As for the Merlin's Claw of the Yaoqing, she has come specifically for you. Speaking of which, why hasn't she arrived yet? They say the Merlin's Claw strikes like lightning. Being late isn't her style.
That's not true, General Huaiyan. She's been here a while, but I'm sure you've heard of her unbridled nature.
As soon as she disembarked from the star skiff, she mentioned having something to attend to and simply disappeared.
Oh, it's the wolf guy. The Nihility.
You must be the messengers from the Xianzhou Yaoqing, I assume.
We are Jiaoqiu and Moza, retainers of the Merlin's Claw. It's an honor to meet you in person, Arbiter Generals.
Now this is interesting. A guest who doesn't come to visit but sends a message instead. What does she mean? Tell me, what could be more important to her than coming here?
Master heard about a spectacular view in Scale Gorge Waterscape. I believe she went there to enjoy it.
A spectacular view? Ha! Did you hear that, Jingyuan? This person is being sarcastic.
Please do not misunderstand me, General Huaiyan. I was simply stating the truth. Master thought it would be inappropriate to keep you waiting, so she sent us here. Once she's finished with admiring the scenery, she'll personally come and apologize to the both of you.
Well, well. Well, I suppose we can change the team since we are doing the story, so we're not doing anything too challenging.
Drat. I forgot to ask Yun Li to return my sword.
That's supposed to. I suppose that shows us how much you actually give a shit about your sword now, doesn't it? Uh, yeah, I don't think you're getting a sword back.
Unacceptable. Every sword is precious to me. If it weren't for the General's interference, I would have taught that shameless girl a lesson in swordplay. By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but the General seemed a little...
Reserved? Really?
Maybe I'm just overthinking things.
Maybe.
No, you're not. When I entered the Palace of Astrum, I realized that the messenger from the Xianzhou Zhu Ming was actually the Arbiter General himself. So, the messenger from the Xianzhou Yao Qing must be the Merlin's Claw herself, I presume.
That's right.
Well, that's what makes this entire thing so unusual.
What's so unusual about it? They simply received an invitation from Jing Yuan, just like the crew, right?
The war dance is just a small festival. And now we have 2 Arbiter Generals from other Xianzhou ships here. I'm afraid they're here for something more. Maybe they've come to hold Jingyuan accountable for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Hold him accountable? Come on, didn't the Luofu fall victim to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and the Antimatter Legion? Why would they blame the victim?
Don Shu's rebellion and Ventilia's scheming are merely one side of the story to the other Arbiter Generals of the Alliance. Only a single piece of incontrovertible evidence remains, creating an endless source of potential complications.
The Ambrosial Arbor.
Yes. It's undeniable that the plague mark, which was subdued by the Xianzhou Luofu, has resurfaced. But was it really a conspiracy instigated by the Antimatter Legion? Or does it indicate a traitorous intent from within the Luofu, implicating Jingyuan himself? Once the spark of suspicion is kindled, it proves hard to extinguish.
Wow.
What was I thinking? Seriously, here I was looking forward to a carefree and enjoyable trip. But it seems wherever we go, drama is just around the corner.
Aw, I was so excited. I thought those Arbiter Generals were just here to see the ceremony. By the way, I heard that an alchemist from the Juming diplomatic ship has arrived, and rumors say that she's to be the new Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu.
An alchemist from the Zhu Ming serving as the Cauldron Master on the Luofu? While it's not unheard of, the timing itself...
Thanks to your words, Mr. Dan Heng. Now I finally see the underlying... The General is under tremendous pressure right now. But I was completely oblivious to his troubles.
Come on, don't think like that. Leave the adult matters to the adults. Even if you wanted to do something for the General, it's not like you can do anything. Did I say something wrong? Again?
Miss March is right. I don't have the skills to share the General's burdens at the moment. Still, I'll do my best to follow his instructions. Let's go. Once I've taken you to your accommodations, I need to go to the art...
He looks like he has a lot on his mind. We can't just let him go alone. Why don't we...
This is too much trouble. While I appreciate your kindness, dealing with the IPC's workers could be tricky. I'm afraid this will cause trouble for the...
No worries. We're pretty experienced in dealing with the IPC. You've heard of the 10 Stone Hearts? We've dealt with quite a few of them, right?
Well, since you're willing to help, I won't decline your kindness. Let's head to the art.
Great. God, I hate that character. I really hope I don't summon him ever. Okay, so let's change the party. Cool. Okay. I'm going to swap you and use her.
What will they experience on the journey to the other side?
Just because I don't want to die, I'm gonna keep Gallagher here.
Can I really reason with you Xianzhou people? I think I get it now. In your words, this is called looting a burning house, right?
Wait, didn't I already
But
beat this
I
guy?
am trying to reason with you here.
Oh wait, it was the March event thing.
Ugh, that toxic voice sounds familiar. Haven't I heard it before?
You know what? This isn't my first time dealing with the Skyfaring Commission. I can handle your unreasonable weight, but straight up snatching IPC cargo? Isn't that going a bit too far?
Just as I've said it many times already. Once we've inspected the cargo and completed the security check, you can be on your way. Is there something wrong with your ears, or is it just your brain?
Well said.
I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm thinking clear. And my answer is crystal clear. Not a chance. Keep detaining my cargo and I'll file a complaint directly with your general.
You file the complaint and we kick your ass. Works both ways. What's all this saga? Did I hear a dog barking? This is a good one.
You jerk! Who are you calling a dog? Wait, why are you here?
To kick your ass?
You're staying on the Xianzhou, are you? What terrible luck! Wherever you go, disasters aren't far behind.
True, maybe you should walk
Aren't
away.
you the guest from the Astral Express? What brings you and Yanqing to the Artisanship Commission?
Heard you're in trouble.
They're in trouble? No, it's me! I'm the one in trouble!
Yeah, nobody cares about you,
Looks
mate.
like you've met this IPC worker before. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing.
And it's good for
I was
us and
sent
it's
here to
bad
deal
for
with the
him.
IPC protest, Miss Shikue. What's going on here?
As you know, this IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin and rescued by the Juming's diplomatic ship. Then the Cloud Knights were instructed to bring it back to the dock for repairs and inspections. And this is Mr. Scott, the person in charge of this transport ship.
So, you're Scott. I've heard him mention you. Weren't you kicked off the Lafu before? Why did you come back?
Like I wanted to come back. I thought I'd just dock at the harbor for repairs and leave this forsaken place for good. Little did I know, as soon as the ship entered the harbor, a bunch of Cloud Knights showed up and snatched all our cargo from the hold.
What do you mean by snatched? I've told you 1,000,000 times. It's a security check.
Then why did you bring the cargo to the Artisanship Commission? You even brought in some shady craftsmen. It's obvious you're trying to steal the IPC's patented technology.
Listen here. Firstly, the Skyfaring Commission detected dangerous items that could possibly be weapons in your cargo hold. That's why they called me here, to double check. Secondly, where the heck did you get the idea that I'm a shady craftsman?
there are dangerous items, what do they have to do with you? It's not even being shipped to the Lafu. We'll just fix the ship and be on our way. We won't unload our cargo here.
But you'll have to stay in the port for several days before your ship is repaired and you can take off again. How can we just leave unchecked items sitting here?
I understand, but we don't need to disassemble the cargo if it's just a security check, right?
In most cases, we don't. However, our scans discovered that the cargo doesn't only contain machinery, but also some substance that resembles biological tissue.
Biological tissue? Does this crate contain living things?
I'm afraid we'll need to wait for the Alchemy Commission for further confirmation. In any case, according to our regulations, we need to unseal one of the crates for further examination. But this IPC specialist has been hindering us on the grounds of patent secrecy.
The Alliance's regulations on biological products are very strict. Without further inspection, there is no way for the Skyfaring Commission to release the cargo.
Oh, really? Fine. If anyone lays a finger on that shipment, they'll have me to deal with.
Bring
It
it.
doesn't matter if it's mechanical or biological. It's none of your business. I'm filing a complaint against the Skyfaring Commission's ridiculous regulations.
This Mr. Scott seems stubborn and difficult to persuade. Honestly, I really don't want to have a vicious confrontation with
Just
the
give them the
IPC.
cargo, don't fix the ship, and have them walk away. Easy. You want to fix the ship, you leave the cargo. Why is it so fucking hard? Leave it to me, I'm an expert negotiator. Damn.
I heard how you helped Aramali.
What are you guys whispering about over there? Just hurry up.
Please don't be one of those help debate. God, I hate this fucking thing. Crap. Negotiation strategies. Damn. I hate this shit.
As I recall, this guy won't listen to reason and can only be persuaded with intimidation. But he does seem to follow rules to some extent. Let's use that against him.
Sure.
Speaking of regulations, we have our own laws and regulations too. According to Article 4 of the Cienjo Alliance IPC Trade Consensus, the Alliance and IPC shall never infringe on each other's intellectual property rights.
Aw, I didn't expect to see you again, Mr. Scott. We had such fun in Arum Alley last time. It seems our paths are destined to cross once more.
Stop pretending we're friends! If I could actually beat you, I'd punch you in the face. So, are you guys gonna resolve this problem?
Let's just pretend we don't know him, Don Hung.
Even if we set aside the secrecy of intellectual property, these prototypes built by the Intelligentsia Guild are incredibly valuable, beyond your wildest imagination. If anything goes wrong...
Oh, I've got a brilliant idea. I'll just smash everything with my bat, and then you can hire someone to assess the damage. And that way, your cargo won't need any inspection, right?
Good one.
Calm down. The General wants us to handle this peacefully.
So, this is the great idea you came up with? Fine. Why don't you just step over my lifeless body?
Can we just fight already?
Besides, cargo on this transport vessel belongs to the Intelligentsia Guild. If you want to inspect the cargo, shouldn't you at least call in a member?
Time to escalate. Fuck,
You're
I'm gonna
pulling
beat
out
the
all
shit
the
out of
stops,
them.
and you've even dragged members of the Intelligentsia Guild into this. Seems like you're not interested in resolving this at all. Since we've met each other before, Mr. Scott, let me share some information. Your transport ship was attacked by the Borisin, and the Cloud Knights might see it as more than just a random attack.
You think you can scare me with that? What exactly do you...
Sure, you might purely be innocent victims of a Borisin attack. But think about it another way. Why would the Borisin launch such an attack near the Lafu? Perhaps some of your crew members colluded with them. We may need to interrogate every one of your crew to eliminate this potential risk.
You know what? I don't think we really need a member from the Intelligentsia Guild present. I'm just hoping that all the procedures will be thoroughly... We both need to follow the regulations, because that's how the IPC...
Everyone has their own set of rules. Now that you're on their turf, shouldn't you follow their rules too?
Yeah, I get it. I know I'm on the Xianzhou, but if I violate the IPC regulations, I'll be in deep trouble when I get back.
Who cares? You are here now.
Well, you guys sure know how to art. Fine.
So, Mr. Scott.
Well,
yeah, you've got some insight.
Right.
allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lingsha, Cauldron Master and head of the Alchemy Commission on the Lafu.
Yeah, she's the new Cauldron Master assigned here from the Xianzhou Juming.
I received a report from the Artisanship Commission about cargo containing samples of unknown organisms. It said they needed help from the Alchemy Commission. I had nothing better to do, so I came myself. It's fine, Mr. Scott. If you really don't want your cargo to be inspected, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter? How can you say that?
Why are you being so nice all of a sudden? Well, since you're not going to check it, I'll take this crate and be on my way. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, sure. Why should I object? Not only this sample, but all the goods on the transport ship are yours to keep. Like I said, we won't inspect them.
Wait a minute!
Well, that's more like it. If only the young displayed a more reasonable attitude, we could have sidestepped that altercation just now.
Of course.
Our ship will leave in a few days once the engines are repaired.
Nope, you're leaving now.
Your ship can leave whenever you want, but I'm afraid I can't say the same for your cargo. According to the import and export regulations signed between the Xianzhou and IPC, all biological shipments can only leave the port when they have confirmed to be of no threat, or when all biological activity expires. Since we can't determine if your shipment is safe for the environment, I guess we'll have to wait for its biological activity to expire. Let me check the previous cases. Normally, it'll only take around 47 star calendar years.
Only 47 years?
Why so surprised? You're still young and full of energy. I'm pretty sure you'll live a few more decades. Have some confidence in yourself.
Ha! Typical of a long-life species. Your words are dripping with sarcasm. While you may not care about time, I do. I'll be demanding double compensation from the Skyfaring Commission for every minute wasted.
Sure thing, Mr. Scott. You seem pretty confident that your career and life will last long enough to witness this victory unfold.
Step aside, guys. Let them do the inspection.
But, Mr. Scott...
Come on, we're already in enough trouble. Just let them do the security inspection. And if needed, I can always grovel before the Intelligentsia Guild later.
I'm just using my head for what it's apparently good for, right?
Well,
Well, honestly, at least you're not as annoying as that woman. Just get on with the inspection. Don't act all chummy with me now that you've got your way.
This lady is really something else. Is this the IPC product?
Listen up. Any damages caused by inspections will be filed with the IPC.
Turn it off.
when an ally is inflicted with terror grip, attacking the caster of terror grip once can dispel it. Great. When terror grip ends, if the caster of terror grip is not attacked to dispel, then the affected ally will fall under terrified. So it's kind of like the bug that, or monster that puts you in the ground. Really annoying.
Oh, how unexpected. That was a surprise. Right on time. Down to earth.
Set in position.
Free will, or was it fate? Destiny forbidden.
Like fireflies to a flame, life begets death. Until everything burns to ashes! Within the self, not the sword.
Slice like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
I weep for the
For
departed.
myself.
It reaches far. Another journey begins. Still waters of oblivion.
Right on time.
How's this taste?
What are you made of?
What the hell is this?
Hey, old metal. Just between us. Strike!
Again.
Yes, you!
The battle.
Time to mix things up.
Don't worry, it's just a scrape.
Right on time.
Slice like a good brew, my friends. Indulge yourselves! It ain't over.
Melt!
Another journey begins.
Wrong timing.
Mountains fall! Like fireflies to a flame. Until everything burns to ashes! Yes, you! Firefly type door set.
don't think trying to shift the blame is a wise choice.
But seriously, I don't know why that thing suddenly started moving. I swear on the Amber Lord.
Enough. Miss Shikwe, please escort our IPC guests to the Skyfaring Commission.
I'm on it. Please follow me, Mr. Scott.
Our preliminary inspection shows that there is indeed hidden biological tissues inside, just like the craftsman feared. I can't even tell if it's ingenium or biological in nature.
The core of this device is what they call wetware in industry slang. To put it simply, this machine operates with a kind of biological nerve as its control center.
I'll take some samples for the alchemist to analyze and figure out where the biological tissue comes from.
Let me guess, the Borison.
Why would the Intelligentsia Guild use such unethical technology? Perhaps they're trying to create a new weapon?
Whatever the reason is, it's probably why the Borison attacked the ship. No wonder the IPC were trying to obstruct our inspection. I'll contact the Ten Lords Commission and ask the judges to come and give their final verdict on this. According to our rules, all prisoners and weapons involving dangerous creatures must be taken to the shackling prison for further sentencing. After all, it's the safest place on the Luofu. As for you, Mr. Craftsman, please go with the Cloud Knights and explain the situation to the judge. I had a feeling that the IPC members would cause trouble, but I didn't think they'd be this tricky. Thanks for your help, Miss Linksha.
I should thank you for saving my life. Your sword skills were impressive, taking down that big guy. I thought the General's retainers were all burly martial masters. I didn't expect Yenching to be so...
Useless. Ah, I can't use it. I can't select that. Miniature.
Huh? As for you, you must be the guests from the Astral Express, right? Saving the Luofu from that crisis. It's so impressive.
Indeed.
It wasn't a big deal.
It's still early. So what?
I'd be happy.
And you three are coming too, right?
Right. Wow, I do talk a lot on this story arc. And I do mean a lot.
Stream force.
All these years. And the view at the Alchemy Commission hasn't changed of the tides come and go.
You're a Luofu native, Miss Lingsha?
Yes. I grew up here. Listening to the sound of waves while researching.
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna skip because I'm getting bored by this.
I think that
Even if it's impressive, it's a plague mark. The Xianzhou have been fighting abominations for
Well, once a seed is planted, no matter how long it takes, it'll eventually sprout and bear fruit. In my humble opinion, the rebirth of the Ambrosial Arbor and the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were inevitable. The seed was already planted when the ancestors of the Xianzhou sought immortality.
Where's the tea?
My bad. Well, since you went through the entire Ambrosial Arbor crisis firsthand, Dan Heng and Lieutenant Yan Qing, I'd like to discuss something with you.
What would you like to discuss, Miss Linksha?
I was lucky enough to be chosen by the Alliance to come in and clean up all the old grime in the Alchemy Commission. Honestly, the Alchemy Commission is riddled with problems and has reached a point where fixing it seems impossible. I'm looking to remedy this problem, but was wondering if you could provide any insights.
Well, even though I'm a Vidyadharan like you, I'm an outsider, just like my companions here. I can't really say much about a remedy, but I do have a piece of advice, Miss Lingsha. The Vidyadhara and the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu have always been intricately connected. If you cannot distance yourself from these ties, Miss Lingsha, changing the situation within the Alchemy Commission may be quite challenging.
I may not know about politics, but I do know that the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have been operating within the Alchemy Commission for years. If you're determined to root them out, maybe you should discuss it with the General.
Great.
I see. Thank you for your valuable insights. While the Lux Arrow from the Rainbow possesses unparalleled power to sever the Ambrosial Arbor, it can't sever mortals' desire to prolong their existence. Just like how the Cloud Knights can eliminate the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but are unable to calm the hearts and minds of the people within the Alchemy Commission. Our Xianzhou forebears knew this well, and that's why they entrusted the duty of guarding the roots of the Arbor to the Vidyadhara. 30 years ago, my mentor served as Alchemy Commission's Cauldron Master. She recognized the emerging undercurrents and sought to cleanse the source of the disturbance.
Wow.
Unfortunately, even though she was skilled in the art of healing, she didn't understand the human heart or how to eliminate the sickness lurking within the depths of the Alchemy Commission. In the end, she was framed and exiled to the Juming. I was also implicated and had to leave the Luofu. And guess who arbitrated the case and handed down the sentence? None other than General Jing Yuan himself.
What?
You heard it right. The ones responsible for the corruption in the Alchemy Commission are not just the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but even the Divine Foresight himself. Alas, why is your face turning pale, Yanqing? Don't worry about it. I understand that when someone holds a position of power, they may sometimes have to make tough decisions. I won't hold any personal grudges against him. Besides, at our age, holding personal grudges is a luxury we can't afford.
Lingsha, you're back! I've been waiting ages for you.
Yunli, why aren't you with your grandpa? What brings you to the Alchemy Commission? Well, let me take this opportunity to introduce you to Yanqing.
What a small world. You stole my sword! Give it back!
Bro, you have a dozen swords. What the fuck is so special about that one sword?
Skip the introduction part then.
All he says is, ah, my sword, my sword. Fucking boring character.
Of course not. Unlike you.
Grandpa used to say that a sword reflects its master. I talked to your sword, and it told me that you've been distracted. You hesitate when you should strike, and you struggle to stay calm when your sword is unsheathed. Now was you who lost focus.
Do you really expect me to believe that nonsense? I've been taking it easy on you because you're a guest from the Juming. But you're not taking the hint. Don't people from the Juming know you're supposed to return what you've borrowed?
Just look at this flying sword. Even if I gave it back to you now, it'd just be taken away again in a few hours. You know the Cloud Knight saying, a Cloud Knight must never let slip their weapon, yes? Well, sure, I can give it back to you now, but on the battlefield, that's a whole different story.
Poor flying sword. Fine! You don't have to give it back, because I'll take it back myself!
Between these two, who do you think is tougher? Don't get me wrong, I'm just curious.
Get ready to separate them.
It is my first day at the Alchemy Commission. A brawl is definitely not how I imagined celebrating it. Well, since you don't approve, I won't draw my sword here. I didn't mean it in that way. Since you've already drawn your swords, you'd be disappointed if you didn't get to test one another. I've received reports that the delves near the Alchemy Commission are still infested with abominations. Seems like my predecessors left quite a mess. So, if you two want to determine who's better, why not focus on them instead of each other? Clearing out some abominations? Sounds boring.
It's the Cloud Knight's duty to eliminate those abominations.
Please shut up.
You think you're the only one who knows how to behave? If Lingsha needs anything, I'll gladly draw my sword and help. It's so heartwarming to see both of you being so sweet and caring. So then, shall we get going?
Let's go. Bro, this young Jin character is so annoying.
Their experimental abominations have been festering here. If you want a contest, I'll be the referee. The one who kills the most abominations within 15 minutes wins. Lingsha, as always, you're still an expert in making unpaid work sound so noble and grand. It's for your own good, little Yunli. While you desire to compete against each other, I don't want to see either of you getting hurt.
That's really thoughtful of you, Cauldron Master.
Please shut up.
So, are you both ready?
Why? Why do I have to play with this character? Shit.
Let me say it again. The one who kills the most abominations within... Be careful when you draw your swords, and make sure you don't hurt each other. Can we start now, Lingsha?
Step up, let's see ya. Gonna keep going? If not, I'll catch my breath.
This is a fight I don't even want to win.
Time for swordplay!
wonder if we can actually lose this fight. Because I don't want him to win. Big damage.
Mix things up. Support received. How's this take?
Don't worry, it's just a start. Another journey begins. Still waters uplifted.
Time for swordplay.
Initiate cleanup. In the mood for another beating?
Come on, Yunli, just win the fight. I don't give a shit about this guy.
How many can you block?
Step up, let's see. Salmon potato.
Free will, or was it fate? Or bliss?
A one-time enemy.
In the mood for another beating? Joining the battle.
Still waters uplifted. Again?
Step up, let's see ya. How's this take? Support
Time for
received.
swordplay.
Initiate.
How many can you block?
In the mood for another.
Free will.
Attack detected.
So I have to win. Whatever, I'm not playing this crap.
Indulge yourself!
I weep for the departed. It did so far.
See? I won. Your technique was all over the place. And you were...
All you did was chop down a few monsters.
Oh. Well, then I'll give you a chance. Defeat me or hand over all your swords.
If you're trying to pick a fight, just ask. Because I'm ready for you.
Well fought, my young friends. However, both of you have shortcomings. One of you focuses on dodging and weaving, while the other relies on brute strength. trying to take down targets with a single strike.
Who are you?
Me? I'm just a patient seeking medicine from the Alchemy Commission. A passerby, if you will. I thought I'd see my fill of impressive fights during the war dance. Yet here I am, able to witness a remarkable fight at the Alchemy Commission, of all places. Well, the Lawfu is never short of surprises. However, I have a small suggestion for you. Why don't you settle this dispute fair and square in the war dances ring? That way, you can resolve your differences with a proper duel and put your grudges behind you.
Grudges? No, not at all. Yunli and we were just sparring.
Sparring? You summoned your flying swords and she swung her sword with full strength. No grudges between you. I don't believe it.
Aha! What brings you here, Lady Fei Xiao? Have you finished your health consultation with the Dragon Lady? Fei Xiao? Grandpa always talks about you. Could it be that you're...
The Merlin's Claw of the Xianzhou Yaoqing?
Looks like I'm quite famous on the Xianzhou Lawfu, too.
Of course. Everyone has heard of the great general. Known to all, and unbeknown to none.
Vanquishing General? Isn't that title a bit too narcissistic? I don't like it. Ooh, I heard there's a dozing general on the Lawfu, so I came up with a humble nickname for myself. The Lacking General. Lacking in worries, regrets, and rivals. Sounds much better,
Good
right?
one. Good one.
Yeah, that's a befitting title that sounds both humble and impressive. Now that the sparring session is over, Yanqing and Yunli, shouldn't you politely thank General Fei Xiao for her guidance and bury the hatchet?
Here's your sword. Keep it safe. Or it might get taken away again. By the way, we haven't settled the score yet. I'll defeat you fair and square next time we fight.
This is how she apologizes? Now that I finally got my sword back, I should report to the seat of divine force.
Please shut up.
I'll take my leave.
Please
General.
shut up. Stop talking.
Oh, by the way, Miss Linksha.
Please shut
If
up.
you've got some free time, I'd like to invite you to the seat of divine foresight for a chat with General Jing Yuan. I think there's more to those.
Just go
Thanks
away.
for stepping in, General Fei Xiao. Otherwise, I'd have had to knock them out with my incense.
Not at all. Just doing what you asked. How about we call it even as payment for the healer lady's consultation?
Sorry, but even a general needs to pay their bills. We don't do credit here. And let's not forget, you'd have been waiting decades for a chance to see the Dragon Lady if it weren't for me.
Well, you can always send the bill to the seat of divine foresight and say it's for mentoring those kids. After all, it was quite the effort splitting them up. I nearly had to get tough. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to find a spot and get some fresh air.
Cool intro.
Back already? You've met with Jing Yuan and wandered around for a few hours. So, what do you think?
It appears that the Divine Foresight is using this war dance as a show of strength to convince everyone that the Lawfu is prospering after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis.
But... I know you're going to say but, right?
But the influx of people attending the war dance is like a breeding ground for disorder and rumors. One wrong move, and the Luofu could be in a world of chaos.
The Cloud Knights on the streets remain vigilant, so at the very least, General Jing Yuan is aware of this. As for other matters, I'm unable to say.
I'd prefer to be excused from future meetings with generals. I'm just a military healer. And now all of a sudden I'm thrust onto the center stage having cordial chats with two generals?
My work doesn't lend itself to being in the limelight either.
Just stop whining. At least you're in one piece, right? Before getting in touch with General Jing Yuan, I wanted to put aside my assumptions and see his momentum. That includes the overall bearing of the Cloud Knights on the street, what people are saying, and how those close to him behave.
The might of an army dwells not within its pawns, but within the force of its collective momentum. Recognizing this fact reveals the true measure of...
A perfectly clear statement turned confusing thanks to your translation. You've made me lose where I was now. Anyway, this is how I operate in battle, so you might as well get used to it.
Are you treating General Jingyuan as your enemy?
The longest-serving general of the Xianzhou Luofu. Do you think he'd have only a few enemies?
By the way, General, you met the healer lady, yes? Could you show me the medicine she prescribed you?
Well, the healer lady couldn't do anything about my condition. She just told me to enjoy some tasty food.
So not even the famed healer lady could help?
Wow, she must be dying.
Don't worry. I'll fulfill my promise and find a way to cure you. Actually, I've found some leads.
Well, life and death, Jiao Chou. It's all predetermined. Upon starting my military career, I made a pledge that the rest of my life would be dedicated to being the Xianzhou spearhead, hunting down the abominations of abundance till the end of my days. As long as I can fulfill that deep-seated desire, I don't care how long I live. You asked if I view General Jing Yuan as my enemy. No. My real enemy has always been myself.
Enjoy some tasty food. So, what's for dinner tonight?
Jeez. You really know how to read the room, don't you?
You guys figure it out for yourselves. I'm due to catch up with an old war friend I've not seen for quite a long time.
Hey! Was that the Yaoqing general who... I mean, when Yun Li swung that massive sword, she just casually
Mine too.
Yeah. But to go up against Yun Li is quite impressive, you know? You think so too, right? Can't you put a little more enthusiasm into it?
Thanks for the kind words, Miss March. I've had my fair share.
Don't underestimate yourself. After all, generals won't fight in the ring during the war dance. Just remember the state of mind you had when you single-handedly took on me and Blade, putting life and death aside.
Yeah.
With
How
that
ridiculous
mindset,
that fight was.
I see.
Whatever.
Thanks for the advice.
Please, just shut up.
I bet it's about how to deal with the generals from the Yaoqing and the Zhuming.
I really don't want to get caught up in...
Cool.
Need your extractor cleaned or your star skiff serviced? Look no further.
I
believe in ghosts. That tree remained dead for thousands of years. And it figured now's a good time to come back to life.
I don't get it. Where the hell am I supposed to go?
I don't believe in
Need your extractor cleaned or your star skiff serviced?
Cultured people love this.
I see.
What is your purpose for entering the seat of divine force?
What is the purpose? Won't you like to know?
Earlier at the Palace of Astral, I introduced these guests from the Astral Express to you, Elder White. But with all the people around, we only exchanged pleasantries. Now, I'd like to officially introduce them to you. These three braved great dangers, accompanying me into perilous places, defeating the chief culprit Vantilia, and uncovering the conspiracies of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. If you wish to know more, please, feel free to ask us.
Well, I skimmed through the reports about the Arbor's rebirth from the Master Diviner Hu Xuan. She's been summoned to the Yuchue for questioning. But despite all that, I believe in you. Since you joined the ranks, you have repeatedly achieved remarkable feats. After the High Cloud Quintet each went their separate ways, despite the many criticisms within the Alliance, the Marshal still stood firm against the dissenting voices and entrusted the Lawfu to you. Over the years, you've served the Alliance with loyalty and wisdom. You've taken down abominations in Thalassa, rescued the Xianzhou Yuchue from a siege, and destroyed the demonic planet summoned by the denizens of abundance. I still remember those battles vividly. There are fools who doubt your loyalty. They're happy to see the divine foresight fail because it gives them some kind of sick satisfaction. They haven't achieved anything of their own, so they feed off the failures of others. But I've seen enough failures in my time, and I want to believe that your loyalty has never wavered.
So, General Fei Xiao of the Yao Qing is the only one investigating the Ambrosial Arbor crisis on behalf of the Alliance?
No.
This old man's words always catch me off guard.
The Marshal ordered me to come to the Xianzhou Lawfu, but the document only says, attend the war dance and listen to Fei Xiao's questioning. No need for that. You're all important witnesses. The Marshal is well aware of Jing Yuan's purpose in holding the ceremony and understands the situation he is facing. She mentioned it because she believes both issues are important.
Thanks for your kindness and sincerity, Elder Huayan. But is it appropriate to tell everyone here about the Marshal's orders?
By introducing the Express's witnesses to me alone, aren't you aiming to discern the intentions behind both my actions and Fei Shao's? And whether there's any discord between us? Well, since I'm being open and honest with you, I encourage you young folk to do the same. As for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, all I need to do is listen. General Fei Shao will be the one asking the questions. To be honest, I'm more concerned about the timely start of the war dance. Oh, by the way, I've prepared a gift for the war dance.
A gift.
Yes, it's this case right here. There will be numerous contests and celebrations during the war dance, and the main event will be the Ringmaster's Challenge. The host will dispatch a skilled warrior to take on challengers from all over the cosmos, showcasing the excellent martial arts of the Xianzhou Luofu. When you mentioned that the Astral Express would be attending the ceremony, I thought the High Elder of the Luofu would be the Ringmaster.
You humor me, Elder Huayan. The healer lady is just a young lady who knows nothing about martial arts. How can I assign her as the ringmaster?
I'm no match to you when it comes to joking.
What's this box for? Why don't you open it, General Huayan?
This sword case is intended for the War Dance's award. It's empty now. I don't mean to boast about our skills, but this sword represents the pinnacle of the Zhuming's craftsmanship. I've been wondering who would be worthy of such a sword. And then it hit me. Moreover, I hear that Yanqing is an excellent swordmaster, and that he will be representing the Luofu as the ringmaster. So it seems like a perfect gift for him.
Thank you for your generosity.
If you want to give me a sword, just say the word, Grandpa. No need to beat around the bush.
You've got confidence, my girl, but I don't think you can best Yanqing.
I know you're all about swords, Miss Yunli. It's just a shame that it's the sword that ultimately chooses its rightful master.
Please shut up.
Yeah, and even if someone gets their hands on such a precious sword, it'll probably end up in someone else's.
The outcome of our duel...
That's exactly what I had in mind. Nobody knows who's gonna come out on top. It could be me, could be someone else. It'll probably be me. But whatever happens, it won't be him. Not to be rude or anything. We've been watching their drama.
Quiet down. We have other guests here. I've prepared this sword to add some excitement to the ceremony, not to have you two squabble. It's not a good look for the Alliance.
Just give it a March 7.
While you both seem confident that you'll win, you need to remember there can
Easy.
only be one winner and one loser in the ring, which could lead to hard feelings. Actually, I have an idea. We don't know who the winner will be, and it might not be either of you. But if you're eyeing that prize, you'll need to work together. I want you to take on an apprentice who will take part in the war dance and win at least one match.
How does that make sense?
In my humble opinion, while a Cloud Knight is commendable by securing victories, it's even more so to pass on your skills and spread the way of swordplay. I'd be greatly pleased if this apprentice could represent the Express in the war dance by displaying their Cloud Knight flair and prowess.
Well, Elder Huayan's idea is quite interesting. Imparting swordplay skills requires teamwork, and both the winner and the loser will learn a valuable lesson regardless of the
Huh?
I noticed just now that Miss March seemed quite interested in the outcome of your sword fight. So I thought...
Oh, wait! Are you serious, General? Why am I being dragged into this all of a sudden? I've never practiced swordplay before. I'm a total newbie. You really think I can learn it? Well, you'll probably realize I have no hope and give up on me. And that'd be...
Just accept your fate, because we all know it's happening.
Isn't this a perfect chance for you? I remember you mentioning that you wanted to learn some sword moves.
Yeah, I did say that.
Miss March is like a piece of jade in the rough, just waiting to be shaped.
I appreciate your kind words, General YN. But won't teaching me swordplay be a waste of Yanqing and Yunli's time? They should be preparing plus, I heard that each swordmaster has their own special moves. What if they let something slip while teaching me? If everyone...
That's considerate of you, March 7th. But don't worry. It'll take you at least a decade of hard training before you can even start learning special moves. No need to freak out. A few Juming swordplay tricks will mean you'll be more than equipped.
Really?
Looks like March's curiosity has been piqued.
The whole point is to know...
So Miss Yunli has already agreed. What do you say, Yanqing?
General, I haven't graduated yet.
Please shut up.
So you're admitting your defeat, huh? If you're not even confident to teach, why don't you let me be the ringmaster instead?
Yanqing, teaching an apprentice is...
I see, General.
Now that Yanqing has agreed too...
It's up to you.
It's all up to you.
I understand. Then I'm on board.
Great! Starting tomorrow, Yanqing and Yunli and I will head out and purchase.
You're...
Okay. Let's get this over with. I'm done. I just don't want to be bothered by this talking and
Why does
talking
something
and
feel
talking.
off about what we talked about? I think we
Yeah, I brought...
Because... But from his point of view, since the crew's actions were mentioned, and he wants to see...
Elder Huayan is...
Yep.
My apologies. Truth be told, I invited all of you to the ceremony because... In the coming weeks, I'll also invite all of you to a meeting with General Fei Xiao, where you may need to answer her questions and clear up any doubts she might have.
Did we do something wrong? We really did save the Lafu.
Don't worry. No matter what happens, I'll stay here as a witness and answer any questions.
Thank you.
General, I know there isn't much I can do to share your burden. As the Lafu ringmaster, I won't let anyone...
The illustrious Merlin's Claw waiting for me? And for so long, too? It's quite an honor. It's been a while, General Fei Xiao. It's been 30 years since we last saw each other. Right, Yukong? Yes. Back then, you were the vanguard of the Yaoqing's Verdant Knights, and I was a pilot of the Law Fu's Rainbow Orbit Fleet. Who would have thought that upon meeting again, you'd be a general, and I'd have given up flying? It really does feel like a lifetime ago. Well, I wouldn't say I haven't seen you in 30 years. After all, your great victories are announced through the Yellow Bell resonance system every day. So I'm well aware of your great feats. How's your health holding up? Still stable, I suppose. Do you still remember the medic who saved me in battle? That healer with the odd name and peculiar temperament. What was his name again? Was it Pichu? Or Kachio? Jiao Cho. He's been my retainer and personal healer, delegated by the Alchemy Commission from the Xianzhou Yaoqing. Over the years, he's dedicated himself to managing my condition. It's thanks to him that I'm still in good health today. Given my background, I'm happy to have made it this far.
I'm relieved to know that you're safe and sound. Well then, since you and Elder Huayan are here, I imagine you must have received orders from the Marshal? As your friend, may I ask how the Alliance intends to punish the General of the Lawfu?
The Arbor's rebirth has frightened the elders who lurk behind the scenes. They fear the resurgence of abominations, much like what happened 30 years ago. Although the reports from the Lawfu explained all the details, we don't know if the Ruin Legion really invaded, or how exactly the Stellaron Hunters and the Astral Express became involved. This puzzle has many missing pieces. As you know, the fugitive Jing Liu, who mysteriously disappeared many years ago, has resurfaced. This time, she has brought along an Outworlder and a coffin, claiming to offer the Marshal a method to fight against the Eons. The Lawfu Preceptor has also leveled accusations against Jing Yuan for neglecting the Alliance's principles. She asserts that Jing Yuan enabled the exiled Imbibitor Lunae to re-enter the Lawfu, thereby unlocking the lunarescent depths within Scale Gorge Waterscape, which in turn disrupted the Vidyadhara's dutiful watch over the Ambrosial Arbor. It is for these reasons that I have come here to the Lawfu today. Well, duty calls. Perhaps I shouldn't have mentioned all of this to an uninvolved person, but since we once fought together, I didn't want to keep you in the dark. Perhaps pretending you didn't hear any of this would be for the best.
I understand. I'm sorry. I was out of line. I know I shouldn't be defending General Jing Yuan right now, but... well, you know how I am. The Lawfu has enjoyed centuries of stability since the end of the sedition of Imbibitor Lunae, much of which can be attributed to General Jing Yuan's masterful strategizing. Unfortunately, for long-life species, enduring through the ages always culminates in a failure that undoes all previous achievements, a moment that our adversaries relish.
That's true. And that's why I'm also here for another purpose. To visit Hule.
Hule? You mean that Hule? The Borisin Warhead? The same Hule who has been imprisoned in the Shackling prison for over 7 centuries?
The nemesis of the Foxians who will never be forgiven and shall be imprisoned until the end of the cosmos. I can't quite remember the exact wording, but yes, the very same Hule.
Usually, only emissaries from the Xianzhou Yaoqing Skyfaring Commission visit him once every century. Why do you have to visit him now, of all times?
The Foxians and the Alliance made a pact to combat the abominations, aiming to achieve justice and free their kin. That werewolf monster is to be forever imprisoned in the dark recesses of the Shackling prison, facing unending retribution. Given the situation on the Lawfu, those on the Yaoqing are concerned about Hule's imprisonment. I'm afraid that the routine visit every century is no longer sufficient to ease their concerns. That's why I was sent here, to reassure them.
It's all bad news.
Well, not everything. There might be a silver lining. Oh, by the way, I found some clues about the thing you asked for.
Tell me more.
The Verdant Knights followed the route you mentioned and discovered the wreckage of the Whistling Flame ship. Unfortunately, there were no survivors and no cargo. However, someone had already been on the scene before we arrived.
Our people? Or someone from the IPC?
No, neither. Yukong, have you heard of a person named Ron May?
I'm still feeling sleepy.
Did I oversleep? Where did March and Donham go?
Stream 4. Theme of old friends.
There you are. It's an honor to learn in all those immersion. Hey, why?
This is, let me make it clear. Swordplay training. I promised General Huayan that I'd teach you Cloud Knight swordplay, so you can participate in the war dance.
Fine.
Great! That's a
March is in your head.
Don Hung Di. Bye.
I've found a quiet spot.
Seriously? It's the first day and you two are already late? Why is everyone on the Luofu so laid back? So disappointed. Master Yun Li, you're already here. Sorry for keeping you waiting.
Oh, wait.
Were you trying to teach her in secret? That's sneaky.
I'm just showing you what Luofu etiquette is all about. She might be my apprentice, but it's customary for the master to personally escort their apprentice to the place of learning. As the host, I'll be teaching Miss March the essence of Luofu swordplay, after which she'll emerge victorious in the war dance ring. You won't be complaining about Luofu swordplay then.
Stand aside, rookie. Let me show you how we Ju-Ming sword masters treat their apprentices. Quickly, over here, Miss March. This is a reverse mentorship gift from me to you. I hope you put it to good use. What's this? Xianzhou clothing? What? Sword practice requires precise movements. This outfit is tailored to fit perfectly and allows for smooth movements. I even added some small accessories. I put a lot of thought into it. You're awesome, Master Yun Li! See? See? How can you compete with me? I'll teach March 7th the essence of Ju-Ming swordplay so she can win the contest with my sword skills.
Actually, I've prepared something too.
Huh? You have a gift for me too.
Since you want to learn swordplay, Miss March, you'll need suitable weapons. So, I went out of my way to prepare a pair of swords overnight. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to ask the craftsman to customize the swords for you. But I did my best to choose ones that look nice and are suitable for a beginner.
Thank you, Master Yanqing.
Bet you didn't see that one coming, did you, Yun Li?
The real competition? I'm so lucky to have two great masters. But why does it feel like things are getting a bit weird?
Weird, huh?
So what do you think, masters? Does this outfit suit me? Perfect. I chose it carefully. It's perfect
for beautiful young swordswomen like you and me.
All right, let's get started with the training. The person next to me is a Cloud Knight instructor I've brought in. For your first lesson, try exchanging a couple of moves with him.
Wait. Well, I heard you have some experience with archery and martial arts. The first thing we're going to do is see just how strong your fundamentals are. Come on, step forward and strike with the sword in the most natural way you can think of. It's important for us to grasp your natural movements so we can decide where to start.
If you're ready, let's begin. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, but...
Then I apologize in it.
I could take 10 of you.
Close attention, Miss March. Lawfu swordplay is all about being swift and agile in your movements. Strike apart! Right on time. Practice is over. Swords to set!
Ignore him. Strength is everything. Yes, you! Like this?
Well done!
Right on time. Ready to shine. Nice job! Yes, you! I get it! What? I'm starting to get the hang of it. Let me show you what I can reel. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! What? Yes! What are you mumbling about? You'll make good practice. Isn't this, sword technique? Shouldn't I be saying something cool? Yeah! Right on time. Yes, you! Down to earth! Right on time. Awesome! Alright, check out this move! With yourself, not the sword.
Practice is over. Swords to set!
A one-time enemy!
How many can you block?
Time to show you what I can really do! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! What? Yes!
Strike apart!
You'll make good practice. Yes, you! I get it! Watch this! Mountain fall!
Right on time. Time for swordplay.
I didn't
Miss March is quick.
However, she lacks strength.
Given the situation,
Her strength. Seriously, do you actually know anything about swordplay, or what?
I could ask you the same thing. Dual swords require agility. So what's more important than footwork?
Instead of focusing on her strengths, we should address her weaknesses. The drawback of wielding two swords is not generating enough force. What good is being quick on your feet if you don't have strength? It's not like we're dancing here.
Skilled sword masters know how to play play to their strengths and work on their weaknesses. Start with what you're good at, then tackle your weaknesses. That's the right one.
You're quite the theorist, huh?
Theorist? You claim to be able to talk to swords. So what does that make you?
Hey, it's only my first lesson, and you're already arguing. Come on, calm down, masters. I'll have to improve both my footwork and strength anyway, so it doesn't matter which one comes.
But it does matter. Just listen to me.
Poor March 7. Never thought I'd say that before. Cool. I don't even know what to use on this character. Its basic attack and skills do 42% more damage. Okay. Could use this. Probably will. Sure. Cannot even have this crap. Okay. Great. Relics. Oh man, I gotta check her skills now, see what it does. Imaginary damage 50% against charge. Deals 3 hits, each causing imaginary 40%. Dealing final hit, 60% fixed chance to deal 1 additional hit. Up to a max of 3 additional. Wow. Energy regenerated does not increase with the number of hits. Okay.
Let me see.
Talent. After Shifu uses an attack or ult, March gains 1 point of charge. Upon reaching 7 or more, March 7 immediately takes action. Increased damage deals by 40. Basic attack gets enhanced. Skill cannot be used.
No pain, no gain.
The using enhanced basic consumes 7 points. Charge is capped at 10.
Let me
Okay.
see.
Skill. Designates single ally as Shifu and increases their speed. Only the most recent of March 7's skill is considered Shifu.
Let me see.
Whenever using basic or dealing 1 hit of enhanced triggers corresponding effect, if Shifu with specified path is present on the field. Erudition Destruction Hunt. Additional damage based on Shifu combat equal to 10% of March 7's attack. Harmony, Nihility, Preservation, Abundance. Increase toughness reduction 100%. I see. If March 7 is on the team, She gains 1 shard at the start of the next battle whenever an ally uses technique, up to a max of 3 points after using technique. She regenerates energy when the next battle starts. But wait, didn't this character have follow-ups?
Let me see.
Am I missing something? She doesn't have follow-ups, she just gains stacks.
Let me see.
Shifu's on the field, March 7 speed increases. Okay.
Some recognition for training my butt off.
After Shifu uses basic or skill to attack, March 7 will immediately launch a follow-up. I knew she had follow-ups. Imaginary damage, primary triggers corresponding. Yeah, okay.
Finally, some recognition for training my butt off.
And we also have this one.
Some recognition for training my butt off.
Obtained from Saga of Primaveral Blade. Cool. Now for relics. I feel like this is probably her best in slot. Gives her attack and basic attack 10%. Wait, doesn't our ult also does damage? Imaginary, yeah it does, so you can't actually use that. So basically what you want on this character is follow-up. And okay. Guess we go with this one. I mean, it is attack. So, no. When the wearer uses a follow-up, increases wearer's attack. The effect is removed the next time the wearer uses a follow-up. This 4-piece is so bad. So bad. Like it gives you benefit of having 6% attack every time they do a follow-up. But the problem is that you only get the 6% because it stacks up to 8 times loss for 3 turns, but it's removed when the wearer uses a follow-up attack next. So you use a follow-up attack, you get 6% for every time the follow-up deals damage. Like, whatever. So I'm gonna give her a follow-up and imaginary damage. I was hoping for a crit rate piece, but I mean, yeah. Do I even have imaginary damage? Oh, I do. But I don't have anything that's usable, it seems. I suppose we can go with this, whatever. It's fine. And here, basic and skill, yeah, we don't really care about that much. I mean, I could give her ult and follow up, but like, what about the basic attack? And then there's basic and skill, but what about the ultimate damage? I suppose I could. When an ally uses a follow-up, the wearer gains 1 stack merit, stacking up to 5 times. Each stack of merit increases damage dealt by the follow-up. 5 times, that's 25. Additionally, when there's 5 stacks, additionally increases crit damage. Sure, I guess. Guess we go with this one then. Great. They are fully geared, I guess. And we're done.
Dear Himeko, Mr. Yang, and as for me, one of them is Yenqing, the boy we've all met before. The other is Yun
Look
Li,
at that
the
face.
granddaughter of General Hua Yan from the Xianzhou Juming. Both masters are super strict. I tried to drag him into this, but he refused. Then I tried him still. I didn't, thanks to their guidance. Looking forward to your...
Well, Miss March's sword skills are really coming along. She'll hold her own just fine in the war dance.
Just you wait and see. I'll show off my skills in the ring and win a match. I'll make both of you...
Can you believe it? March 7th has actually become a pretty decent sword master in such a... Are you... Oh, shut
such thing as the most powerful sword. It's all about the skill of the swordmaster.
First, you didn't kick my butt. Second, you'll never kick my butt. Third, how about we settle this?
Yeah, I'm up for that. And if I kick your butt, you'll drop out of the war dance. Deal?
Why are you two arguing?
There was talk that the leading disciples of the Luofu and Juming generals were supposed to face off in the war dance, but for some reason, they suddenly teamed up to train an apprentice. Tomorrow is the big...
Pink-haired fox.
What are you laughing at? You've got pink hair too. I'm Jiaoqiu, the healer working for the general of the Senzhou Yaoqi.
Ah, got it.
Sorry for the misunderstanding. I don't know anything about...
If you know nothing about martial arts, why were you smirking earlier?
Well, my curiosity got the better of me, I suppose. When I heard Miss March's pondering about what to learn, I couldn't help but wander over. From my professional experience, cleavers, slicers, chopping knives, and carving knives are all just tools. Kind of like frying, sautéing. It's like your sword teaching, for example.
All this talk about food is making me hungry.
Aren't you a healer? Why are you talking about food?
Well, it's just a metaphor. The
So...
I'm a healer, seeing the way you're looking at me.
Wait, so if he's a healer, then why is the character that he has in the game Nihility and lands debuffs on them? Like, if you're a healer, then be a healer, I guess.
Seriously?
Do you recognize this bottle of medicine in my hand?
No.
No?
This is called tumble dust. An
Is it...
Well, it depends on
I don't
how
care.
it's used. Increase the dose or the potency. This thing can...
That make...
Hey, why the...
Seems like you get really...
Picture this. In the throes of surviving the...
Perhaps you've underestimated... When I was appointed as the... And this is how the general... The war dance is the perfect...
That's quite an insight. Hearing you speak...
Wanna see the sky splitter?
Yep. I sure do want to hear you all speak so much. This guy again.
Let's go. I'll give you a tour of the sky.
Head to the Stargazer. Navalia.
Looks like a lot of other visitors have also come to catch a glimpse of the sky splitter.
What's up, Mr. Jiaoqiu?
No, it's nothing.
Do you see that airship in the distance? That's the sky splitter. The venue for the war dance ceremony.
It doesn't look all that impressive from this distance.
The sky splitter is actually a decommissioned Luofu military vessel. People aren't allowed on board until the war dance officially commences tomorrow. Since I was a kid, I understand even in each day. But then, after that, I often asked while the general could teach, but after, as a member of the cloud, that's why.
I guess the devs actually realized that nobody cares about this character.
By the way, how
This
old
young
are you
Chew
exactly?
fellow. And they're trying to
Age
feed
doesn't
him
really
forcefully to the people.
All sword masters.
It's not polite.
I'm not asking your age.
I smell a
talk
rerun
like a
for
cook.
this character.
Well,
Sounds like that mind.
I bet since I was a kid. So when
Hey, what do you...
Well, it's better to...
What?
Oh. Judging from my... Well, we...
What?
It's getting late. By the way, Yanqing.
Actually...
I understand.
Great. Good talk.
Seriously? I just...
Why don't we take a day?
What?
For some reason. All right. I'll take...
Cool. Okay. What do we got? 421. Okay, let's see what we can get. Nothing. More nothing. Great. Okay. Cool. Weird. Oh, so this fellow is on the standard banner. Oh, there's a bunch of trials here that I haven't done. I see. Cool. Yep. Pretty much says it all, I guess. Let's try 5 more. See if we get lucky. Some. I don't really call that lucky, but okay. Yep. Nothing good. So I was actually hoping to get her, but I already have her now. So I don't know, the one character I don't have is her and this guy. I can't stand this guy, so I'm just gonna go with her now. It's fine. Apparently all I need is 4 more summons and I can get the girl. Cute. Clara. I have no idea how to swap this. I suppose you can do it when you have 300. Whatever. Mose. I remember pulling that guy in the past. What does he do?
Everyone has a colorful past, wouldn't you say?
So it's lightning and hunt. Talent. When prey exists on the field, Mose will enter departed state after allies attack prey. Mose will additionally deal 1 instance lightning additional damage equal 15% attack, consume 1 point of charge. For every 3 points of charge consumed, Mose will launch a follow-up attack to prey, dealing 80% of his attack. When charge reaches 0, dispels target's prey and resets tally of charge points required to launch a follow-up. Talent's follow-up attack does not consume charge. So how do you make someone prey? By using a skill, right? Marks a designated single enemy target as prey and deals to it lightning damage 75. Gains 9 points of charge. When there are no other characters, Mose cannot use his skill and dispels enemy's prey state. After using technique, enters stealth. While in stealth, Mose is undetectable. If he attacks enemies to enter combat while in stealth, increase damage by 30%. Also, when walking on the map, exploring, you can go into stealth and walk past the opponents. I don't know, this character seems pretty useless to me. And I suppose I'm going to wrap this part here, because all this talking and not fighting has made me hungry. Thank you if you have watched the live stream. I hope you enjoyed it, probably even more than me, because I really dislike Yanqing, and having to listen to him speak for so long was really, really annoying.
This is what they mean by no
Take
pain,
care,
no
everyone,
gain.
and have a great day. Thanks for watching.